So the conversation with Tim continued. We were talking about today's events and things that organizations are doing when they announce their events, to promote their events, during their events, and after the events. And there's a lot of dynamic activity, and Tim has taught me and us a lot of the things that he's been doing, and I thought I'd ask him to share with you some of his ideas on those fronts. So Tim, when the meeting's announced, when the meeting takes place and afterwards, what are some of the more dynamic opportunities that you see people that own events might want to consider engaging in?
So an event owner needs to realize that social media is an incredible free resource to do three things: increase the satisfaction of the attendees that are there, increase the jealousy of the non-attendees that aren't there, and to do a better job of analyzing how well the speakers and the food did. That's really important. So let's back up for a second. So today I spoke at a radio conference, and I told a story about the only radio station in the world that has 1 million Facebook followers. What did they do different? They shut down the request line, and if you want to request a song, guess what you do? You go on Facebook and you request a song on their Facebook page, which broadcasts to all of your friends that you listen to that radio station, and they grew like a fire. Here's the way I think about it for meetings. Surveys do nothing to grow your business. Surveys are an old part of the system. If you talk to Ford, Ford doesn't use customer satisfaction surveys because that tells you what people used to think, right? Maybe social media is a great place for people to sound off and tell you what worked. Did that panel discussion work? Did that speaker work? Do you like Orlando for this event? Once you build up attention to the event's hashtag, name of your event, short as possible. Once you build up attention to it and get it in their line of sight, you as a meeting owner can use it, and you can go out and ask people. Here's the other thing I would say. When you announce a meeting, that's when you announce the hashtag. You do not announce the hashtag during housekeeping on day one. You've missed a huge opportunity. What you really want to do is pick the hashtag, make it short, announce it as far out in advance as you can, begin to populate it, and start including people's like I've got @Sanders Says Speaking, I've got @so-and-so bringing 50 people, and start the conversation months out, because what you're going to see is a lot of tweets saying I'm getting ready to go to this event, and you build up that anticipation. I've seen meetings where 10% of the attendees were using the hashtag, and those were the most dynamic meetings I've been to. By the way, one was an auto parts meeting, and the other was for funeral life insurance. So we're not talking about the Twitter sales conference. Social media is for every meeting, and I think not to use it misses a huge business opportunity.
Specifically pertaining to speakers, what have you seen, good and bad, regarding social media and speakers that people might want to be aware of, people watching this video who might be involved in deciding who's going to speak at their events?
Yeah, well, first of all, if you're considering hiring a speaker, then obviously you want to set up a list on Twitter, potential speakers. And I want you to follow them and ask your bureau partner, what event are they speaking at next? And then go find that hashtag. It's pretty easy. You search whatever, and the hashtag comes up. Watch what people say about them on the hashtag, because that's the truth. What comes in the surveys is not the truth, and you don't have access to those surveys. And I told this to a meeting owner before. She was interested in a speaker that, to be honest with you, I knew for a fact was more of a jokester than a takeaway value person. It was a meeting about growing the business. So I said, tune into the conversation, and she would read the hashtag of people saying, walking out of this useless speech. Can't believe why they brought that. And that was huge to her, because all she had before was a preview video, a stack of testimonial letters, and a bunch of other stuff. So I think that if you track a speaker against the hashtag, the real influencers at the event will tell you who's good or bad. And here's a little thing I want to add to this. If you own a meeting, you never want to find out from your CEO that somebody was not popular on Twitter. Okay? So any meeting owner had better be sitting right on top of that hashtag during the meeting. And if it's going down in flames, the last thing you want to see, and I've seen this, is a tweet from the CEO to an influencer saying, we're very sorry we booked him.
Thank you very much for that excellent tip, and thank you for watching.